The most important issue for President Obama over the next 2 years is, of course, jobs. If he doesn't find a way for people to get back to work, soon he'll be out of work. So today's numbers from the Economic Policy Institute could not have helped. It turns out American companies created more than 2 million jobs in the last year. Fantastic! But it turns out most of them were not in America. Schwang, wang, wang. 1.4 million of those jobs were created abroad. Less than 1 million were created right here at home in the United States. If the jobs that went overseas were created here instead, the unemployment rate would drop from about 10% to less than 9%. Hey, that'd be a pretty good start. Robert Scott, the senior international economist for the Institute, summarizes it best when he says, quote, "There's a huge difference between what is good for American companies versus what is good for the American economy." Man, I could not have said it any better myself. That's exactly right. This misguided idea that if we just keep giving tax breaks and subsidies to the U.S. companies, that they'll create jobs here in the United States is a myth. This isn't 1950. They can and do go abroad to hire people at lower wages while sucking up our tax dollars. Look, Thomas Connolly, the chief innovation officer at DuPont, explained it this way, quote, "We are a global player out to succeed in any geography where we participate in." DuPont's workforce shrank by 9% in America, while it grew by 54% in Asia-Pacific countries from 2005 to 2009. Look, I don't even begrudge them that. I understand what they view as the business necessity to go to emerging markets and even seek people who will work for less. All I'm saying is, let's stop subsidizing it. The American taxpayer shouldn't be the sucker who helps them do exactly that. Joining me now is Mike Papantonio, host of the Ring of Fire radio show.
Cenk.
Hey, Mike. Mike, look, let me ask you about the Republicans first. The Democrats actually introduced bills in the spring in the House and the Senate to take away tax subsidies for offshoring our jobs. It's the most logical bill I've ever heard, and the Republicans killed it. Do these guys care about American jobs at all, or have they just stopped pretending?
There's nothing patriotic or compassionate about U.S. Chamber of Commerce and corporate America. They're there for one reason, and that's to make as much as they can, as quickly as they can. Look, there's the carrot in the club in the way that you deal with corporate America at this level. Unfortunately, Obama is too willing to put too much carrot out there and not use enough club. He's forgotten, Cenk, that when America labor movement in America launched their Buy American idea, they had a whole campaign. Buy American. It was the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. It was the biggest corporations in America that spent millions to try to defeat that. Now, that's a campaign that would have created jobs in America. But you know what? They don't want to be in America. They want to be in Saipan, in China, in India, where there's no rules, there's no regulations, there's no taxes. They don't have to play by anybody's rules. So what they've done now, Cenk, is they're holding Obama hostage, and he doesn't understand it. Here's how they're holding him hostage. He's saying to them, look, if you tax us, we're going to go to India. If you regulate us, we're going to go to Saipan. If you do what you're supposed to do in protecting the American worker, we're going to go somewhere else. Obama right now believes that he can deal with corporate America by saying, please, pretty please. It's not a kumbaya moment for Obama right now. He needs to make them understand that he's going to sanction them this way. That there's all types of things he can do even by executive orders. Things like subsidies that they receive. He can at least start talking about the idea of removing tax benefits for them sending jobs out of this country. He can start closing the gap on them being able to have offshore banking, making millions without paying billions without paying taxes. We have treated the American corporation like they give a damn about this country. They're not patriotic in the same sense that you are, that most people are watching this program are. They're patriotic to one thing, and that's the bottom line. And as long as you allow them to play by the rules they've been playing by for 2 decades, we're going to continue losing 15,000 jobs a month to places like Saipan. Tom DeLay, you talked a little bit earlier. Every time Ed talks about this, he gets angry about it. I get angry when I think about it too. Tom DeLay going to Saipan, looking at those sweatshops and saying that's what he wants for America. And truthfully, that's what corporate America and the Republicans want for America. And Obama doesn't understand. It is not a pretty please moment. The only thing they understand is the pushback. They don't understand compromise. And that's the problem he has right now.
All right, Mike, you said it all, man. Look, these are not American companies. That's a misnomer. They're multinational corporations, and they're not immoral. They're amoral. They don't care. They will hire wherever we want. And I get that. I get the whole concept. We just can't give them our tax dollars to hire people abroad. That's crazy talk. But you and I agree on that. Mike, thanks for joining us as always.
Cenk, thank you.